Have you ever experienced a pain so deep, so overwhelming, that it didn't just stay in your body, but it carved its way into your mind? They say time heals all wounds, but the truth is some pains never really leave. They leave invisible scars etched into the deepest corners of our memory, and those scars, they shape who we become. Pain is not always physical. The most powerful scars are not visible on the skin. They are carried silently in the mind. The betrayal of a friend, the rejection of love, the failure. You never expected the loss. You never prepared for. These are wounds that cannot be stitched, cannot be bandaged, and cannot be shown to the world. Yet they shape us in ways we don't even realize. Every human being carries such scars. For some, they appear in childhood, an absent parent, an abusive environment, or being told they were never good enough. For others, they come later in life, through heartbreak, financial loss, or the death of someone they loved more than life itself. These experiences don't vanish with time. Instead, they mold our thinking, our emotions, and our behavior. They create a mental map of what we fear, what we avoid, and how we respond to life. Psychologists explain that trauma and emotional pain are stored in the brain almost like bookmarks. Whenever something reminds us of that pain, the brain reopens the old wound. The body reacts with the same stress hormones, the same rapid heartbeat, the same fear, just as if the event is happening all over again. This is why someone who was betrayed may struggle with trust years later. Why someone who failed once may hesitate to try again. Why someone who lost a loved one still cries decades later. The scar is not visible, but it is real. It influences choices, decisions, and even identity. But here's the paradox. While pain leaves scars on the mind, those scars are not just signs of weakness. They are proof of survival. A scar means you were wounded. Yes, but it also means you healed. You endured. You didn't give up. And now that mark stands as evidence you made it through something that could have destroyed you. Think of the strongest, most inspiring people you know. Every one of them carries scars. Nelson Mandela endured decades in prison but emerged with wisdom that transformed a nation. Malala Yousafzai was shot, but her scar became a symbol of courage for millions. Even in everyday life, the people you admire, the kind, resilient, humble souls, are often those who have suffered the most. The scar is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new one. Pain teaches us things comfort never could. It teaches empathy. When you've been broken, you understand the brokenness of others. You listen more deeply. You feel more strongly. It teaches strength. True resilience isn't built in times of ease. It's built in nights of tears when you still rise the next morning. It teaches clarity. Pain strips away illusions. It shows us who truly cares, what truly matters, and what is worth fighting for. Without pain, we would never develop depth. We would live shallow lives untouched by the profound meaning that comes only when you face darkness and chosen to walk toward light. The danger is not in having scars, it's in letting them control you. Too many people allow their scars to define their future. I failed once, so I will never try again. I was hurt before, so I'll never trust again. I lost someone, so I will never love again. But remember, the scars do not mean you are broken, they mean you are human. The key is to reframe the story. Instead of seeing your scars as reminders of weakness, see them as medals of honor. Each scar means I fought, I endured, I survived. When you shift this perspective, pain no longer becomes an enemy. It becomes fuel to grow, to rise, to inspire, and to lead. So how can we transform our mental scars into sources of strength? Acknowledge the pain. Denying scars doesn't erase them. Healing begins when you admit what hurt you, express it. Journaling, art, conversations, or even tears, let it out. Pain that stays buried becomes poison. Seek meaning. Ask, what can this teach me? How can this shape me into someone stronger? Forgive not for them But for yourself, forgiveness releases you from chains of bitterness. Use it to help others. Share your story. Encourage someone walking the same path. Turn your scar into a lighthouse. Think about J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, she was a struggling single mother rejected by multiple publishers. Her scars of rejection became the soil in which her creativity flourished. Think about Thomas Edison. Thousands of failed attempts before inventing the light bulb. His scars of failure became the foundation of innovation. Think about Oprah Winfrey, scarred by abuse and poverty, yet those experiences shaped her into one of the most influential voices in the world. These people didn't erase their scars, they embraced them. And that made all the difference. Maybe right now you are hurting. Maybe your mind carries scars so heavy that you wonder if you'll ever be whole again. Listen carefully. Your story is not over the scar you carry. Today may become the reason someone else finds hope tomorrow. Your pain does not disqualify you from greatness, it prepares you for it. Your scars are not the end of your journey, they are the ink with which you will write your legacy. So the next time you look back on your pain, don't see it as a curse. See it as a mark of survival. Yes, pain leaves scars on the mind, but those scars can either be prisons that trap you or wings that set you free. The choice is yours. Will you let your scars define you, or will you let them refine you? Remember, your scars are not signs of brokenness. They are proof of your strength, your endurance, and your unbreakable spirit. If these words touched your heart, don't just keep them inside, share them. Spread them, remind someone else who is struggling that they are not alone. And if you're ready to rise above your scars and turn your pain into power, then like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment below. My scars are my strength. Together we can prove one thing. Pain leaves scars on the mind, but those scars can shine brighter than any wound ever could.